Hey everyone, it is Jack again with Toy Dojo, and I got my voice back. I'm not sick anymore. I've been over it for, I don't know, about a week now maybe, or so. I've been meaning to do this review, but I had gotten sick, and then I got busy after that. I didn't get to, so I know he's been done already by quite a few folks, but I wanted to go ahead and do it anyways. And this is the MakeToys, part of the ReMasters Series, MTRM number 11, MTRM-11 Meteor, or their take on a Masterpiece Starscream. So taking a look at the box, it's a nice MakeToys box like they make all the time. I like the foil print they always use right there. Even down here looks cool. Starscream looking pretty cool right there. On the side there, shows Starscream's body. Nice purple right here for this writing here. On the back of the box, you'll see him here. I know a lot of you guys don't like the way the wings look there, but it's not as bad in person. Showing him right there. That kind of got a little bit of butt flap. We'll talk about that. And then showing off the way the no-ray cannons sit, or the no-ray sits right here on his arm. And then the replacement faces here, plus your replacement headpiece / handpiece for their Despotron. So there's the box. Also with him will come the instruction booklet like this right here. There you go. And he's got some extra pieces, and one of them again is that replacement hand for Despotron. With his face, you can kind of see where his eyes look like, oh man, I've really done it now. Kind of slanted downwards, and he's getting choked, the life choked out of him. So there's that. Now the face does look darker than it is in person. It almost looks black, but it's a dark gray. I think they could have went with a little bit of a lighter gray and it would have been better. But that's the color they went for. So there's that. This one you simply pop onto Starscream's head and put this onto Despotron's arm. And then you can have that as a pose if you wanted to. So there's that. He comes with two replacement faces for the regular head. And here's one of them right here. See, we can't focus in on that. That's another, oh my gosh, I got caught with my hand in the Energon jar look on him like that. And then this one here is his, of course, little smart aleck smirk that he always gives. So there it is right there. And then he comes with these two pieces, which are, if you don't want to have the null rays on them, you can use these. They're like bomb tips that you can actually take the null ray tips off and replace these, and we'll show those out how that does when we pull him in. So speaking of him, get this down like this and bring him in right there. So there he is, and he's looking good. I know a lot of us are like, do we really need another Starscream, the Masterpiece Starscream? We have, let's see, the officials done many times over. We have the, was it BB7? I forget the other one that makes them. And now we have this one here. So it's like, a lot of you maybe already have a Starscream in your collection. Do you need this one? That's up to you. I like this one. At first I was like, you know, there's some things that I don't like about it, and we'll talk about that. But he actually is a nice looking figure. So I do like the colors on him. I like the lighter gray color here, as opposed to when I'll pull in my Hasbro Starscream, that kind of just a regular gray plastic on theirs. So just taking a look at this here. He's really plain. He doesn't have a whole lot of like lines and things like that. I mean, he's got some in there, but you know, not a whole lot. He's relatively plain, and that's something they were going for because they were trying to recreate that cartoon look for him. So not too bad. Now up here you get way too much lines and stuff. It's not as maybe as clean as like the Masterpiece. So when we pull it in, we'll take a look at that. But a lot of that is due for the transformation right there. So I know another issue a lot of guys had, or collectors I should say had, was the fact that these move a heck of a lot, which, you know, I keep my figures in robot mode, so this one would be no different. And I like that because then these can hide away and not just kind of hang off the back the way they do on the Masterpiece figures. So, and then also another thing which is neat is, since on the Masterpiece they're just molded on, you know, this one you can move them out if you wanted to give them a different look. You can have these move up. You know, just different things if you want to give them just a different look to make them look different. So that's a plus right there. The one thing, looking at the top here, that I wish they would have done is, so on the Masterpiece Seeker, this here sits sideways, like this, up and down, whichever way you want to look at it. And so these also do the same, but they fold down. And this one, I wish they would have made this fold in, so that way it's hiding it and make it a lot smoother up here on this piece instead of having it just kind of stick out there. Because those stick out, and so if they're going for like a clean look, I feel like that's one part they could have done a little bit better. And if you don't remember what I'm talking about, let me bring in Masterpiece Starscream. This is the Hasbro version. So these pieces right here, they flip. Let's see if I can't get it. Yeah. See, those flip out like that. Fix that. Yeah, those flip out. So when all is transformed, that comes up and it sits inside here. So again, they made that to where it flipped back in. And that would have been neat if they'd have done that over here. So that way you could have hidden those away in its plain mode. So talking about them, let's take a look at two guys side by side. Let me kind of get back here. So you can see, obviously, they look like the same kind of a jet. The big differences, for one, are the colors between my Hasbro one and then this one here. And then the coloring. So I went back and I was looking at the Ju 1 cartoon, and Starscream does have a blue nose cone. So they didn't opt for that here. They gave him just the gray to match the rest of his plain mode. And then the color pattern is, this is the right color pattern. So they had the red like this, and then the bulk of the wing here is supposed to be blue the way they have it on the Masterpiece. Over here, they kind of went a little bit opposite. So they got the blue color right. This is actually closer to the cartoon color blue than this one is. That's a little bit too dark. This is more of the right color. However, again, the pattern is just off. That's right and that's not right. You know, going by the cartoon. So this one here, when you open the Masterpiece, he has the seat inside there. You can see there. But opening up Meteor here, he doesn't have a seat inside there. It's just part of the robot bits right there that go there. So, and then that opening up, and you can see his face right there. Hello! And this false piece here, that's for his chest when he's in his robot mode. So, for me, that's not a big deal because, again, I don't put mine in plain mode. So, and even if I did, I'm not going to sit there with the cockpit open like that. So, close that up. And this is a solid, nice, kind of a bronzish gold look to it instead of the translucent one right there. So I like the way that looks there. Looking at the bottom of the guys, he can stand up on his bottom there. There we go. And let me kind of raise this up so we can kind of get a better look at them. Let's see. That should be okay right there. Alright, looking at the bottom of them. He's got his landing gear. Now his landing gear flips side to side like this. Now let me close it up. See, they close up sideways. Whereas on his, they flip down like this. So, and the landing gear up here, this one just flips down like this. This one, you open it up here and flip it away. So the one difference between the landing gear is these wheels on these would roll and these don't. They're just molded in. And so you don't get any kind of a rolling there with them. The bottom hides everything better over here. As far as on this section here, you can hide the hands. You don't see the hands there, where you see the hands over here. The crotch piece flips up, and that's where it does that. And then, I don't know, I just think this looks cleaner over here than it does over here on this one here. The head is right there, whereas on this one, the head is hiding right there. Now, with that, you see that there is a gap right in here, normally where the head would fit, like right there. So there's a gap there and a gap there. These, I guess, thrusters, if you will, or intakes. I think these are intakes, yeah. They are facing out, whereas these get flipped up. And another thing, and you can see it right there, there is no kind of intake in there. It's just solid black. But again, on the cartoon, that's the way it looks. So again, it's a lot of its stuff they were going for was mainly cartoon accurate. Let's get these guys out of the way and let's look at the elephant in the room, or the elephant on the screen. Is these, excuse me, these right here. So obviously on the Masterpiece, both sides are solid. You can see that there. And on this one, you only got one solid side here, and not so much there. Now, why they did that, I don't know. I don't know if it was a cost thing, or I don't know what the reasoning was, but that's open. So yeah, I know there's some complaints about it, but again, in reality, oh, you really gonna look at the bottom of this, or are you gonna look at the back of him when you have him on your shelf? Probably not. So it's not a huge deal breaker, I don't think. But then for some people it might be. I don't know. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. Let me pull this guy out of the way, because that was all the comparisons I want to do on that. And then as far as on these, this comes off like that. And like I said, you can get one of these, and you can just plug that in. And so now you got a shorter one for if you want it like that in the plain mode. Just put that back on there, show what that looks like. So there you go. If you want that like that, you got it like that, or you can just put the null ray back on if you wanted to and have that sitting there like that. So totally up to you, however you want that to look. Alright, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and start with transformation to get him into his robot mode. I think that's all I wanted to talk out for. Can't even talk. To talk about as far as his plane mode. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started on the robot mode. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the wings, get them up out of the way. So you're gonna disconnect everything here. Get all these opened up like this. Am I zoomed in? Yeah, I was zoomed in too much. So just undo these here like so. Pull these apart like this. Get this up out of the way. Get this up out of the way. And you want to slide the wings down right here on this bar. Slide them down. And then we'll go ahead and close these down like this. Flip this down. Spin that around, and that pops off. That's on the little C joint right there. You can see that. So flip that around, and then just peg this in right there. So do something on this side here. And come on, do not keep popping off on me. I don't know why you're going to do that. There we go. Okay, peg that in. Same thing over here. Get this up. Slide it down like that. Just flip these down like this. Spin that up. Get it spun around. Like that. And peg that into the back. Right there. Okay. And then we're going to pick up this little butt flap right here, which is going to be his butt flap. And then we'll start messing with the legs right here. So I'm going to untab this part right here first. And then just kind of accordion this part out just a little bit to get it open up. And split the legs open. And then we'll start messing with the legs. So just flip these up like this. Flip this one up like this. And we'll start messing. Just get the feet and kind of start getting them opened up like this. That's the front of the shin foot, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. Shin foot. Sure didn't make any sense. And I rotate these. And we gotta flip these up as well. So flip that up. Let's go ahead and get started on here. Flip that up. Slide this up. Slide this up. That. Let's see, flip these, there we go. Like that. We're going to pull the legs down. They're going to come out like this. And pull this leg out like this. Same. Come on. The one thing you got to make sure and do is this has a tab in, right? Okay, so you can kind of see. Let me see if I can zoom in there. Show it. You can't really tell, it's kind of dark inside there, but there's kind of those little grooves there. They're going to tab into those two slots that are right there. So when you do that, zoom back out. Just make sure you get them and they snap right in. You can hear that click in. See if we can get it there. There we go. They're going to tab in just like that. And then over here, you're going to take these, fold these up, flip them in. Make sure I got the clearance on that deal. That's what, yeah, slide all the way up. There we go. Make sure you just slid all the way up. Take those, fold them over like that. You can take these down. Those are going to tab in right there. That tab into that slot right there. And this fold away like that. Now, essentially, if you want to, you kind of could leave that down and close that there and just kind of put that there. But it doesn't really tab into place. So you have that option if you want to make it really clean like this, or the way it's supposed to be, which is like that. So your call on how you want to do that. Like I said, again, it just won't tab in due to the tab being hidden away. So we'll take a look at the way it looks on both of them. Pull this piece down like this, and these came undone. That's okay, we'll mess them a little bit. Now flip these up just a little bit. Now they won't go up all the way. They're not going to go all the way up because this doesn't move down or up, so you kind of lose that, but they're not going to go all the way up, so don't sit there and force them or you'll end up damaging it. Flip these over like this, and these arms do slide up on this bar that's right here. They'll slide up like that. You can flip his hands out like so. Flip this hand out like so. The arms will pull right there. Same on this side right here. Pull the arm out like this. And these right here, which are the hip skirts, are going to come down and come down like so. Pull this butt flap up, and then this is going to come back up and get, come on. There you go. Just like that. And these pieces are going to be for his sides, so I'm going to pull these out as well. Get that one down. Get this one down. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's going to keep these arms from sliding up and down. Those are going to lock those arm pieces in like that. Okay. These things keep flipping up and down like that. So this part here is a little, let me finish getting these out of the way. Come on. Come on. Get these things over like that. All right, so let's get these up out of the way for right now. So this part here is a little different. A little bit of a, kind of a pain. All right, so it can be a pain. What I was saying before I cut, but this can be a little bit of a pain sometimes just because that C-clamp that's up here sometimes may fall off, sometimes it may not, but it all depends. So we start just by pulling this up. We're going to get all this stuff opened up. And then here we got to get these two opened up here to release this piece here. So kind of zoom in there. So you want to take these and kind of get them out to the side. Probably helps if you just get one. Get one first, and then get the other one over here like that. There we go. And we're going to take this and just going to come down and just kind of fold up there. And we have to open these up here like this. And I'll zoom back out here. And then loosen up all this right here. Just get all this parts loosened up like this. And then get that down like this. Now, see, that's that C-clamp I was talking about. It just popped off. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, but it's a small little C-clamp, and it's okay if it does fall off. You can just pop it right back on. It's not a big deal. Can be a little bit of a pain sometimes when you're messing with it. It pops off, and you're like, why do you do that? And then it's just like, well, because I want to, and that's what I'm going to do. And you're just like, okay. So anyways, you take this, you're going to spin this around like this. This is going to sit up in like that. And this will sit, how does that go in there again? I think it sits in like that. There we go. Alright, then coming up here to the front, I take this and we're going to rotate this whole piece right here, the neck, around, and it's real squeaky. You got to spin it around so that way Starscream face the front, or Meteor's face the front of his body. So take that and have these open up like this for now. Alright, take this. This is going to fold down, and this will fold up. So it's going to fold down on this gray hinge right here where my finger is, and this darker gray has to fold up like that. Okay? So like that. Take this piece here. We're going to pull this piece out like this, and this come down, and that's going to fold up. And that's going to go into there. So that's going to go away. Come on. There we go. And then get all that, push that up in there like that. This will come down. It's going to sit right there inside the body like so. This will come down. It's going to sit right on the back just like that. And then these pieces here, let's get these more out of the way. Make sure it's just pulled down all the way it should be. And these pieces here, they're going to come down, it's going to tab into there. So that little tab right there will tab into there. And then that one, again, right into there. But these got to flip up. So flip up like this. That one makes it nice and clean. And then that comes down. And kind of get these down out of the way for right now, these red pieces here, the side skirts. Get them, and that's going to tab into the side of the body right there. And this one, same thing, will tab into that body piece right there. Get these tabs up like this. The hip skirts. Get this hip skirt up like that. And this has got to come up like this. And there we go. So let's get these pieces here. Let's fix these arms. And then get this piece and tab this back into there, where it's supposed to be. It usually holds in really well. I'm not sure why it's not holding in too well right now, but it usually holds in pretty securely. Let's see, right there. There we go. And I'll situate and then I'll fix my camera. Let me situate it first. Alright, we'll get this down. Let's get over to him. And get his hands up, and there he is. So, there he is transformed up. And you really can't see the face. The face, again, looks really dark. It's really not that dark, but it's just the way it looks. And you see it kind of looks the same color as the helmet. But all that black makes his face look black too, but it's a dark gray. So again, you can see the inside of the these here are just there's nothing in there, so it's just a black. But again, so it wasn't a cartoon. And then he does have a waist rotation, which is awesome. You get a waist rotation on him. The head is on a little bit of a ball joint. It looks down better than it looks up. It doesn't look up all that well, and that's simply because of all this back here. You can kind of see that it really doesn't look all that up. It looks straight. The arms will come out to the side. They'll rotate, obviously not all the way around because of the wings. It's got an upper bicep swivel. He's got double jointed arm right there at the elbow. The hands, the wrists are on a rotation there, on a swivel. And just like the masterpiece, you got this finger here is pinned, and it's got separate joints. These are all just one solid molded piece like that. Come down to the knees, the legs We'll start with the legs. So they do go out to the side all the way. And they actually go all the way. That's pretty high up. And you can come forward, up. They can go back. Good ways too, because the butt flap moves out of the way. And the knees, it's got nice at the knees there. The foot, nice clickety ratchet there. And he's got a bit of a toe tilt like this going inwards. So he's got a lot of nice posability with him. Alright, let's go ahead and compare him to, let me get, see if I can get a better, there we go. Let me compare him to the Hasbro Masterpiece Starscream mold and see what they look like next to each other. So let me get him in here. Get him all fixed up nicely. There. Let me grab the other guy real quick. Alright, so here they are together, and I put his, while I was transforming him, I put his null rays on him. So the one thing I noticed, and I forgot to mention in plane mode when I was transforming him just now, was that, and if, again, may not be something, but they came with that air brake here. You guys remember that? And that one doesn't come with that. So again, is that a big deal for you? Who knows? Only you can answer that question. So taking a look at them side by side, they are about the same size. He's probably maybe like a little bit taller, by just like maybe a hair at the head. His head is not quite as elongated. His looks more elongated. Let me see if I can kind of get in there a little bit better. If I can get it focused here. So looking at his head, it looks a little bit longer than the MakeToys one. The MakeToys one is shorter, and it looks, I don't know, I think it looks better on the MakeToys as far as the head itself. Now the face, the one on the Hasbro, I like that silver color better, or that grayish silver, than I do on the MakeToys, because that MakeToys one for me is a little bit too dark. And then obviously you can see again where the intakes are showing there, whereas over here they're not. So, but all in all, figure-wise, to me, which one looks best out of these two? I think this one to me does. The legs look better. I think the legs look a lot better. They look cleaner than over here. The back of them as well. This backpack over here is not as bad as his. You got just that nose cone piece that's sticking out right there. And he does have a little bit of butt flap, but it's not noticeable on the front of him, as you can see there, just on the back. But again, you're not really going to be looking at the back of your figure. And so looking at the back of them, again, depending on how you want to do this, we can take this one again and hide it here, which we did with the other one. I'm going to do that with this one too. Again, it doesn't matter, because if you're hiding it, if you're putting it on your shelf, we're not going to see the back anyways. But you can hide those away so that we don't have anything showing on the back right there. Like that. Whereas over here, you're going to always have these wings kind of hanging out there. So that to me is a plus. So it's a lot more cleaner right here than this one does over here. This one has a lot more die-cast metal in him than the Hasbro one. These are die-cast here. I think, no, that's plastic. But these are die-cast for sure, I know that. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I think this one looks better. Again, it just looks more like on the cartoon, he didn't have all these lines showing everywhere. It was more of a clean look. So, I think for me, this one looks better. Now, if you have this one, do you need to go out and get this one? I mean, probably not. If you already have a Masterpiece Starscream, he's going to fit right in. But if you don't have one, or if you're looking to upgrade, I would say even more so than the BB7, and then whichever the other one is, I forgot. I think the MakeToys one would be a better fit if you like it looking more cartoon accurate than this guy here. Color-wise, he looks good. Again, the blues are a lot closer to the cartoon than these are here. And I don't know how the Takara blue is, to be honest. I don't remember. But there are some, again, plus and minus for both of them. This guy here, this piece here popping off, maybe an issue for you, I don't know. This back here not being full, maybe an issue for you, I don't know. But again, it's nothing to where I can say, oh, well, that thing is horrible, I don't want to get that one, if I didn't already have this guy here. So, again, that's up to you guys below. Like I said, he should be coming out here in November, I believe. So I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can pre-order him from. And leave your comments down below, you guys. I should be getting in some pretty cool stuff in the next day or two, so keep an eye out. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, please. Share it with your friends, and hit the notification bell so that way when I do put in new stuff, you guys will get the notification for that. Again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, until next time, stay safe.